Everybody looking for themselves right now, but most people are searching where the light is the loudest. This digital age, this digital age tells you to stay visible, but visibility isn't clarity. It pretty much hands you an identity, pre-cut, pre-polished, very edited, very filtered, pre-approved, and it asks you to call it growth. But finding yourself was never meant to be convenient. It was meant to be deep. It was meant to be found all below the surface. Finding yourself in the digital age is like mining for diamonds, in my opinion. You don't find diamonds on the surface. You find distraction. You find noise. You find reflections. Diamonds live underground. You understand what I'm saying? In pressure, in darkness, in time. And the first thing about mining diamonds is you have to descend, right? No likes, no feedback, no applause, just you and your thoughts. That's where people turn around. That's where most people stop giving a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Not because it's dangerous, but because it's honest. You know, the underground dirt starts to show, right? Your contradictions, your doubt, your old wounds. The person doesn't feel inspiring. Sometimes it feels very inconvenient, but that pressure doesn't create the value, right? It reveals the value. Not every voice down there while you're mining for your mind and you're mining for your diamonds down there, all them voices not yours. Sometimes it's just chaos. It's the algorithm. It's the screen. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of shit down there, but that truth is very quiet. That truth is very silent. That's something that I learned along the way. And it looks like saying no. It looks like moving slow. It looks like choosing alignment over applause, density over display. Because diamonds don't announce themselves, they endure, right? So here's the question that I need you to sit with that we're going to go through today, this episode of The Prescription, right? Are you actually willing to go underground long enough to discover what's real? Or are you still hoping to find yourself where everyone else is looking? You know, let's get into the show, man. I'm your host, TrillPill. And this is The Prescription. Let's get it. And we are back. We are back. So the descent, right? That's step one. So the descent is the moment that you stop outsourcing your sense of self. All right. We have to stop outsourcing our sense of self. We have to stop looking everywhere else for answers. You know, I truly believe that um, God has put the solutions in all of us. It's up to us to find out and mine these, different solutions to our problems. My first step in any problem that I've learned is, well, let's go look in the mirror. Let's go look in the mirror. Let's go see how we are really feeling. It's very honest when you look yourself in the mirror. I have a whole show about that. I haven't done it yet. I'm still trying to structure it up about there's certain things I want to change about it. I want to edit about it. and I might need to just go ahead and do it. But it's a very good episode. That's going to be very heart wrenching, gut wrenching. You know what I'm saying? Thought provoking and things of that nature. But in digital age, the identity is assigned before it's even examined. And we're told who we are by what you click, what you react to, and what you're fed, right? Personality becomes a profile, and the beliefs become captions, or these motherfucking posts, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, it's an inspirational post that you might not be doing none of that shit that you posting, but you posting it, and you don't know why you posting it. Probably because you really need to be doing that shit. But um, in a sense, growth kind of becomes optics, right? And descending means choosing truth over reassurance, right? At first, there's less feedback, it's less noise, it's less certainty, and that discomfort isn't a warning sign. It's a stimulus withdrawal. Cut your phone off. I got 3 phones over here. I got this one. You know what I'm saying? I got my little razor flip shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit over here and this shit. Got 3 phones, 3 motherfucking phones. The other 2 are dead right now. It's a lot of distraction going on around this motherfucker, right? um, but the descent, it asks you a question of it asks you a question that most people avoid, right? And it's, who are you when nobody is responding? Like when nobody's around watching, who are you? I I I I can remember a coach, I had a lot of great coaches. One of them was Coach Ricky Lewis. Shout out to Coach Ricky Lewis, man. Coach Lou at Lincoln High School, man. And you know, I just loved his style of coaching, and it was very honest and very real. And I just love that old school style of that pressure turning into a diamond, or finding ways to push you um, to get the best up out of you. And I could always remember him saying, um, "Who are you when nobody's watching?" Like when we leave here, and it wasn't about football; it was about just being a human being. Sometimes he'll get into these talks about us, just being a human being, just being a man. You feel what I'm saying? Who are you when nobody's watching? You know what I'm saying? And even if it applies to sports, when nobody's watching, are you working on your craft? Are you studying? Because we're gonna find out. Whatever you did or didn't do, we're gonna find out when it's game time whether you've been studying a motherfucking not. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's telling. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do the work, you're not supposed to do it in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes during this digital age, we mistake visibility as growth. Sometimes, I mean, I guess it's cool to show everybody that you cool, but fuck all that. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Are you really okay with where you are today? And if you're not, then you have to do something about it. That's the only way. That's the only way that you're going to get better, right? The dirt, the pressure, and the time. See, the mining isn't cinematic. It's repetitive. It's discipline. It's claustrophobic. It's slow. You feel what I'm saying? You swing and you find nothing. Get your ass up again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? You keep swinging. You keep going. You keep trying to find ways to get better. You keep finding ways to I put it like this. Sometimes, shit, all times, you have to fail. Failing is a part of the journey. In the digital age, because everybody got their highlight tape up, everybody's so perfect, and nobody ever been through shit. Everybody rich, everybody driving $250,000 cars. Like everybody's just doing a bunch of shit, You know, it's a bunch of lying going on. But if you look at social media, it would make you think that life is supposed to be perfect, and it's not. It's going to be a point in time where you have to fail, right? You have to. You have to. It's inevitable. It doesn't matter how much money you got or how much, you know, whatever. You have to fail. And when you fail, that's when you start mining for them diamonds. You feel what I'm saying? That's when you start finding out who you really are when you fail. Some people never make it out the fall. They fall and just stay falling. They constantly falling like the Mortal Kombat pit of death. You know what I'm saying? They just constantly falling and just wailing. They're not even trying to get back up. They're not even trying to dig deep to go find and mine them diamonds out. You know what I'm saying? And bring them back to the surface. And you know, and not only that, but to only, you know, teach people and tell people, hey man, this is what I did to help me out. You know what I'm saying? And really show them the way. You feel me? Um, it's part of why I got this show, you know. So the pressure shows up as a contradiction. All right. This is where the fantasy starts to break, starts to crack. You want meaning over approval. You want, or better yet, you value truth while fearing misunderstanding. And that heat shows up as the emotional friction, the grief you avoided, the anger you buried, the ambition that's tangled in fear, right? And time humbles everyone. You can see I got grades in my beard. That shit's gonna humble you. You know what I'm saying? I'm 35 years old. I'll be 36 in 6 months. You know, but it also made me feel proud of the fact that, like, damn, I'm 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 growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like getting older, I'm getting wiser. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go through the whole song, but sometimes it really feels like that when you sit back and, you know, I got three beautiful children. And it's amazing to watch them grow, and my nieces and nephews to watch them grow and just um and even looking in the mirror and watching myself grow. You know, from what I went through in my whole 20s was a whole lifetime for some people. You know what I'm saying? Having three kids, getting married, losing your mother, losing your grandmother, losing your uncle, losing your friends. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then getting divorced at 30, and then starting a whole new life. You feel what I'm saying? Having to go through that period of having to find yourself, having to really step back off the cliff. You understand what I'm saying? So nothing ever happens fast enough to reassure you. But the dirt isn't blocking the diamond. Like it's not, you know, it that dirt proves that you're close. You know, the softer that dirt gets, you know what I'm saying? The more you're able to mine through that dirt with that pickaxe, now you know you close. A part of the journey is the rough part. You know, that's the part that you have to learn how to enjoy. You have to revel in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And the noise versus the signal, because underground sounds, I put it like this: when you're underground, sound behaves different, right? The echoes lie, the vibrations matter. And in the digital world, it mistakes volume for truth. It mistakes the urgency for importance. It also mistakes engagement for meaning, right? That mining forces discernment, right? You learn which thoughts dissolve when you sit with them, right? You wish, or better yet, you learn what thoughts dissolve when you sit with them and which ones stay heavy, right? Some beliefs were borrowed, some of your desires were suggested, some of your fears you figure out were never yours in the first place. Noise is fast and emotional. You ever see somebody make a bunch of motherfucking noise? You ever go outside, people out there like, a bunch of shit, loud talking and shit. It's weird. Your goddamn senses heighten the fuck up because that's weird and it's very emotional. But the signal is quiet, it's persistent, right? This algorithm trains reaction, but the the mind, not the mind, sometimes the mind, but the mind, um, it trains listening, it trains discipline. This is where the self-trust begins. I'm in the gym now. I'm back in the gym now. I'm getting it cracking. Me and the Stairmaster got smoke. You know what I'm saying? Me and the Stairmaster got smoke. But when you've been in there and you're on that Stairmaster, and boy, them goddamn knees and ankles start to quake. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna learn you something. It's gonna learn you something. And you'll find out that your brain is not wired for truth in a sense. Yeah, I don't think your brain gives a fuck about truth. Like your brain is wired about safety. Oddly, I don't know. I'm just coming up with this shit. That's what I'm just thinking about. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna say, "Hey, this is the truth. This is," you know what I'm saying? It's like it's wired to keep you safe, but sometimes what keeps you safe, it keeps you stuck. So while your knees and your goddamn thighs is burning up and shit is working, but your brain say, "Stop this shit right, motherfucker! Now press the motherfucking red button." You got time left. You don't set your goddamn time limit up. Your brain ain't having that shit, and you have to rewire your brain, right? You have to recondition your own brain um, to say, "Hey, this is okay. This is not dangerous. This is safe. This is what we need." And you have to keep doing it. And that's where, in my opinion, I know I kind of went off left and right. I tend to do this sometimes, but that's 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 discipline, and that's where the self trust begins, right? Because the extraction is not glamorous. The extraction doesn't feel like discovery. It feels like discipline. You don't suddenly find yourself. You slowly stop betraying yourself. You stop honing yourself. You stop hulling yourself out. You know, you say no more often. You explain less. You move quieter, but you move very intentionally. And from the outside, it looks like stagnation, but from the inside, it feels like alignment. You know what I'm saying? And this is where the digital world loses interest in you because you no longer optimize for a spectacle. You know what I'm saying? Not optimizing yourself for a spectacle, but density was always the point. Like I said before, that dirt doesn't determine the value. It just reveals it. It's that moment where you pick action that dirt, you picking at that shit, you got down, rotator cuff hurt like a motherfucker, your AC joint, all that shit hurt like a motherfucker. But you hit That hard surface. You think, oh shit. Oh shit. Huh. You know, them diamonds are valuable, man, because they're hard to move. The sky is made. It's literally from the earth, right? It's hard to fake. It's hard to break it, you know? And that's what happens when you are no longer optimized for the spectacle, you know? So once you're done mining for your diamonds, you're done mining your mind, you feel me? When you carry back up, you don't look the same. Not because you found something flashy, but because you learn what didn't matter. There's a book I read, I want to say by Mark Manson called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it's one of the best books I read because it's not about not giving a fuck about nothing. It's changing what you give a fuck about. You understand what I'm saying? You started to learn what didn't matter. Most people are in loss. And these are just things that, I'm just going through life and I'm just taking a field study notes. Most people are in loss. They are overstimulated. So the mining teaches you what the digital world avoids. And everything valuable wants to be seen, right? Some things want to be carried. And once you touch something real, the surface stops being enough. Everything you scroll start looking thinner, the applause feel hollow. And if and shit just starts looking funny looking, it start looking weird to you. And that's because it is. That's because it is. That's because it is. It's because it is. The growth is quiet. The progress feels slow. And if you feel unseen but more certain, that is not disappearance. That's extraction. Somebody left you for dead, my nigga. They left you for dead. They thought that whatever happened, they thought less of you and they didn't care. And they said all this mean shit to hurt your spirit, break your spirit. They told you you wasn't good enough. They told you just, you're not. 9 times out of 10, it was from a person that you poured into, that you cared about. And they told you you wasn't shit. But here you are today, looking good, feeling good. got it back together, moving forward. Not even being petty. You'll never treat them like they treated you. Because it's not in your heart to move like that. A lot of these niggas ain't got no heart. A lot of these humans ain't got the heart like that. See, that surface will always be crowded. But the underground is where the performance is formed. It's where the diamonds is at. Underground. Ain't that crazy? Like you'll never find a diamond just laying on top of the dirt. You just find regular ass rocks. Bunch of these niggas is regular ass rocks. But a few of us, a handful of us, are diamonds in the rough. You ain't gonna see us everywhere. We ain't gonna be everywhere. We ain't gonna say all the right things. We ain't trying to say the right things. Nobody asked us to be perfect, but they asked us to be honest. Right? You know what I'm saying? Mic check 1 2 1 2. I don't know what happened to my camera, but been doing some camera shit. There we go. Look. Nobody asked us to be perfect, but they asked us to be honest. That's all God is asking of us. That's all anybody who really loves themselves and really loves people that they say they love, whether it be friends or family, that's all they ask. Be honest. You know what I'm saying? So you have to separate yourself from all these regular rock ass motherfuckers. It's a bunch of regular ass rocks, but it's only a few diamonds. And them few diamonds, and I'm gonna tell you how few diamonds it is, right? The fact that they have the man make them. We're gonna make some shit off in the lab. That's this social media shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it all boils down to it's whether you're willing to live with the weight of what you find, right? That's the real question. Like the real question isn't whether diamonds exist or that they hard to get or they so pretty or you know what I'm saying. The question is, are you willing to live after somebody left you for dead? And are you willing to live with the weight of what you find? Yeah. I'm not done yet. um, everything that I do here is intentional. I don't waste motion. There is no wasted motion. Everything is done with precision, you know. That is what comes with the discipline of me knowing what I carry and what I value and what I know that I have. If I was doing this for the money, if I was doing this for all that other soft ass shit, I would have been stopped by now. Take what you've heard, sit with it slowly, and apply only what's real. Take what you've heard, sit with it slowly, and only apply what's real. I think that's it now. Yeah, that's it. We did it. I, I, mm, mm, mm. No, I'm gonna save it for the next show, man. I ain't gonna get all the way into it. I'm gonna say that for the next show. I already hit my 30-minute mark, man. But like I said, man, take what you heard, sit with it slowly, and only apply what's real. This has been the prescription. We did it.